Franz von Kearney, writings by Frank Schmidt on the Danube Swabian people. These collected writings are republished in memory of the author, Frank Schmidt, so that others may continue to enjoy his work. May his spirit live on. Rosemary, the most cherished plant of the Danube Swabians. Even in antiquity, the evergreen rosemary plant had already played an important role in folk rituals and medicinal lore. In German folklore, rosemary was accorded a special place. Rosemary welcomed the child into this world at birth. A sprig of rosemary was worn by the bride and groom at their wedding, and rosemary eventually accompanied people to their grave. The use of rosemary during the high points in one's life and in death seems peculiar. One supposes that in early times, the pungent odor of this plant was thought to keep evil spirits away. After a wedding, the sprigs of rosemary were placed in water until roots formed, after which they were planted in soil. Sometimes the stem was split and a cereal grain was inserted between the two halves, and these were tied together and set in water. In this manner, the root system developed somewhat faster. If the stems produced healthy roots, it was deemed to be a sign of good fortune. However, if a rosemary sprig withered during the wedding ceremony, it was said to reveal a serious moral transgression in the wearer. Rosemary switches were also considered to be the staff of life. It is thought to bring fertility to those who were struck by one. In the Offner Bergland, the region near Budapest, it was the custom for a bride to take an apple and a fancy kerchief to the altar, where the best man would insert the stem of a rosemary twig into it. This too was thought to bring fertility. Early descriptions of the rosemary switch call it the Hochzeitsmaien. An example, it betokened a wedding just as the Christmas tree symbolizes Christmas. A children's ditty, which rhymes in German, but not in English, says it all. Rosemary and thyme grow in our garden. Our Annie is the bride and can wait no longer. In many regions of Pannonia, the Danubian basin in which Danube Swabians lived, rosemary plants decorated with colorful ribbons were used as a Kirchweih during the festivities to commemorate the consecration of the local church. According to early documents, rosemary sprays were worn by boys and girls to dances in Franconia. Germany. In some places in Hungary, this practice has been adhered to this day. Rosemary, in its various connotations, is a pagan origin which is deeply rooted in our customs. New meanings have been added, and our regard for this evergreen plant has become even stronger. Our Danube Swabian balls are unthinkable without rosemary. It has taken an eminently honored place in our society and has a rich symbolic significance. As we conclude this insightful video, we've explored the captivating significance of the rosemary plant in the traditions and folklore of the Danube Swabians. If, like me, you found this episode both intriguing and enriching, remember to show your appreciation by hitting the like button. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on these captivating explorations. Sharing this content with your friends, families, and clubs can make a real difference in helping the channel flourish and in spreading awareness about the history of the Danube Swabians. And if this episode resonated with you, there's a treasure trove of more stories awaiting you on this channel. So be sure to dive in and enjoy the journey through history. Until next time, keep embracing the traditions and stories that shape our world.
Wir sind Donauschwaben, Kinderskind.